What's going on, you guys? So in this video today, it's going to be an interesting one. I've got a bit of a different product for you, and I'm going to be reviewing this product, which is called the ID Innofit Premium Maxi, and this is the size medium. And before I go any further, something that has changed in my video today is I am now wearing leggings so that I do not get a restricted rating. That way we can definitely get more of you guys to be able to see my videos. So actually what these are very similar to, that some of you might be aware of, that is on the market currently. I just made a little note over here. So it is very similar to the Molicare Premium Elastic Brief. And I'm going to show you what I mean. So these are a unique product because, you take one out of the package. Now, if you know of the Molicare Premium Elastic Brief and how they operate, then you're going to know that they have a very similar system to this. So basically, this is how this diaper is built. It is basically just a pad in the middle that is more of almost like a pad than a diaper. You got the flaps on the front. And how it works is basically you've got this stretchy, kind of thin arm on the side with two Velcro tabs. Now, how this differs from the Molicare, which I have not tried, to be honest, but it looks like the Molicare has one single tape across the whole length of the panel, where this has two. And I think that this is going to be easier for someone to put on than that system on the Molicare. Just because, for example, I have tried Prevail brand, and they have the arms that are very similar to the Molicare elastic, and it has like a super wide tape. Now, they're pretty easy to put on, but where they could be a little difficult is if you don't keep the tape perfectly straight, or that Velcro tab. It can crumple up a little bit and tend to pop off. But I'm going to put this on right now. I'll show you the product, and I'll show you how they are put on. So basically, you can either start on the front or the back, but I'm going to start on the front myself. And you can just kind of tuck it between your legs. It's actually a fairly thin pad. It's not very wide. Like, it's not wide is what I mean. And it's also thin too, thickness wise. So it's not a very bulky product. And the absorbency of these are actually really surprisingly good. They don't look like there's much, there's not much heft to them, not much thickness, not much width, but they do hold quite a bit. For me, I can get about 2 full peas in them, which is pretty good for something like this. So I just start with the lower tapes, and then I go ahead and put the upper tapes. Let's just tilt the phone up a little bit. So sometimes I angle them down a little bit. So, and as far as this kind of flappy thing goes on the top, you can just tuck it in, and I'll show you how they look like from the back. So you can see, even if you are a back sleeper and you are a heavy wetter, they can definitely hold up on the rear end because the padding goes right up to the top. And there's the side. And you can even see for a male anatomy, it is some pretty good coverage up at the front. What I like about these also is that they also go the padding goes up to here on the front, so that's going to be great for both men and women. And what I like about the side is it gives you like a really nice range of movement. So these are a really good active diaper if you are, into jogging or biking or just going to work out at the gym. You can see they're not that bulky at all. They're pretty thin overall. So what I would say, these are an interesting hybrid between like a pad, an oversized pad, a pull-up underwear, and a diaper. So because they've got like the bulk of a pad. I'll show you what I mean. So yeah, they're kind of like this, but even like a less bulky version. Just basically, if you look here, they basically just cut off the wings. But you know, it's easier than a pad because you can, you know, they have built-in straps, and they're easier than a pull-up because you can actually take them off and put them on without, you know, totally taking your pants off. You could just pull your pants down and you go ahead and, of course, with pull-ups, you can, you know, like tear off the sides. But the problem with pull-ups is that you cannot reattach the sides. You have to totally take off your pants. With these, you got the super easy tapes, and they do have a little bit of a stickiness to them as well. You can't see the sticky, but you can hear it. And my only, I guess, complaint about these, you can see I'm right at the limit here for the tapes. I wish they made them in a size small. That would be nice, especially for smaller people. I've got like a 30 to 32 inch waist, somewhere in there, and they just barely fit me. And so let's take, actually, we'll take a look at the bag. And so right here, the features are fast absorption, full elastic ears, cotton feel, anti-leakage, odor control, and dermatologically tested. Okay, I don't know how to say that word. But so these are saying that they fit between 75 and 110 centimeters. You guys can go ahead and convert that to inches if you want. Cotton feel protection. So they are, yes, they are cloth backed. They're not plastic backed. And they're saying that they are as elastic as pants. And in this bag, there are 14, and these were actually a really, really good value. So this is what the case looks like. So I ordered a whole case of them. I'll show you the case. So in a case, there are 4 bags. And like you've seen there, there's 14 per bag. So for this whole case, I only paid, I think they're on sale for $75 Canadian. So Canadian dollars are 30% less valuable than the American dollar. So you do the math on that. So that's actually an extremely good deal. Even for $70 American, I think that'd be pretty decent bargain as well. So, and on the top, you can see that they have Plus, Extra Plus, and Maxi, which is highlighted here. So this is going to be the most absorbent version. And I would say that they are, without stretching the truth, just as absorbent, if not more absorbent. They might be more absorbent than the M4. So they are pretty impressive little diaper. I mean, for the size of them, they do absorb quite a bit. There's also even like instructions on how to put them on the bag if you're not sure, while standing as well as in bed. But let's go over the features of the diaper. So we'll take a look, we'll open it up, take a quick look. So it does have a form of a wetness indicator, which is right here. It says Innofit, IDE, and then some numbers. So these numbers will actually smear and fade once the product is wet. That does work really well. And there are some kind of information here saying the brand, ID, the type, Innofit Premium, and then the level of absorbency right here is Maxi. So this is going to be nice for, you know, caregivers or yourself, so you know if they're out of the bag exactly what absorbency level you're putting on. And we'll open them up. So as you've seen earlier, it's just 2 folds, and then you open her up on the front. It's a kind of a plasticky, cloth-like feeling on the inside here, very soft, very smooth. And what's great about these, a feature that these are going to have that most pull-ups do not have, is that they have a dual leg gather. So right here is the inner leg gather, and here's the outer. So this is going to be good for fecal and urinary incontinence. The pad is fairly soft, not the softest I've ever felt, but it's very comfortable once you put them on. And then there's a bit of an hourglass that bumps out on the back. and a tiny little hourglass shape that bumps out on the front as well. Elastics are very stretchy. And once you put these on, they're not like overly loose or saggy or anything. They do typically stay fairly snug to the body. Not as snug as, you know, some diapers like the M4, but they're pretty close. And these do honestly really have an underwear like fit and feel. I never like ever have any irritation or scratchiness feeling from here. It's all very soft. And the pad thickness, like as stated before, kind of brought it up. It's actually really, really thin. I would like compare it honestly to the thinness of like a standard pull-up, or maybe like I'm sure you guys have seen these in stores. They're just as thin as these, a little bit of a wider pad. But yeah, it's definitely not going to be as wide as your other premium plastic back diapers. But if you're just looking for something that's especially discreet under even like yoga pants like this, or, you know, just tight jeans or any kind of pants in general, if you're worried about someone seeing the diaper bulge, these are going to be a really, really good option, as they're not too wide or too bulky on the back or on the front. They do not feature any elastics on the front or on the back, but that's okay because the sides are super elasticy. And a complaint that a lot of people kind of bring up, I think, with products such as this, like the North American Tenna cloth backed, is the thing is, the more you wear it, tossing and turning, walking around, the front panels of these most cloth back diapers, especially in North America, will tear and fall apart. As with these do not have any kind of a reinforced Velcro landing zone, but the cloth that is built into them is actually very durable. I've never really had any issues with the tapes, you know, working their way loose due to the cloth panel failing. It's very, very tough. I think with like heavy, you know, usage or wear, you might see a little bit of pilling here, but I've never had a problem with it failing. So yeah, there's not really too much else to say about these. I'll just show you one of the conveniences of them. So let's say you've got them on and you have to go to the toilet. Maybe you can make it to the bathroom, to the toilet sometimes. So you just take off your pants, right? And then you can easily slide these down. Just look at how stretchy they are. You can sit on the toilet, do your business, and then pull them back up. And do you see how quick and easy that was? As quick and easy as a pull-up, with the advantage of, you know, when it's time to change, you can change it easily. You know, whereas with these, you put them on really tight and you only got second chance tapes, so you kind of have to slide the things down, and they're a little bit more cumbersome to operate or use. And another great thing with these, you know, with plastic back diapers, you have the loud tapes, and if you're in a public restroom, it's like, it's super loud, and I know that's something some people worry about. I've changed these in public restrooms with other men in the room, and it's just, it's super, super quiet. Like, I know it probably sounded loud on the video, but when you're in a public restroom with ambient noise in the background, there's honestly, you can't even notice that you're changing these things. Then you just put a new pair on, and you can see, even when they're wet, they're pretty discreet to wrap up. You could, you know, throw them in a backpack real easy. And unfortunately, in men's restrooms, there's no pad bins or garbage cans in the stalls, typically. So yeah, as with any other diaper in a men's room, you're gonna have to sneak it out to the toilet, or out of the toilet stall, and throw it in the main bin, or you can just slip it in your backpack. But that's besides the point. So that was the review and try on of the Innofit Maxi. I do highly suggest you try these. And if you're wondering where I ordered these from, I ordered them from innergood.ca is the name of the website. So once again, that's innergood.ca. And I spoke with the lady on customer service, had a couple questions with that company, and she was very, very helpful and accommodating. When I ordered these diapers here, I actually got them. You're probably gonna think I'm lying, but I'm not. I got them the very next day. I was shocked. I've never gotten a delivery that fast. With adult diapers, usually it takes a week or two. So that is my review on the Innofit Maxi adult diapers. Overall, they're really good. They can handle both a fairly heavy urinary incontinence leakage or in an emergency situation, bowel leakage. These are probably not the most ideal for heavy bowel leakage, but for light to moderate or, kind of semi-occasional bowel accidents, these are perfect, they'll definitely do the job with those dual leg gathers. Anyways, that's the review on the Innofit Maxi by ID Slip. Thank you for watching.